encouraging all faculty, staff to provide a traditional welcome in that holistic manner and changing the way we do and conduct ourselves to move from that business modality into a really personal modality. Is that we're asking students to come here and bring themselves and bring their expertise, that we're also allowing that space that we get to really know each other on a personal level. And it's for all students to be able to practice that. And some people think it's an Indigenous practice, but I think it's just a humanistic practice that we need to really just start connecting with each other.
My learning journey here at Royal Roads has been very positive. It is definitely a new learning curve for my post-secondary education or higher education going forward to into my master's program here. And I look at it as an opportunity, a huge opportunity that I'm very thankful for, and that through Indigenous education, I mean, I had to, you know, it's something that wasn't given to me. A lot of people think that it's just given to you. I had to go through the whole process just like everybody else, but to know that there is support out there within, and even through my own work, like they understand that I am on this journey. It's also helping me to go through a healing process within myself, because I am a survivor of Indian residential school, and just to know that at one time that perhaps this wasn't an opportunity that as an Indigenous person I could, you know, I could try to attain that higher education. And here we are in the 21st century, and there's so much going on out there now in post-secondary, and Royal Roads is a great example, you know, that we can take on new perspectives of Indigenous education. And, you know, I can see this growing into, you know, a brand new program in many different angles here at Royal Roads.
Yeah, so, okay, focus looks good. Excuse me. So yeah, just wait a beat after the question and then get into it, and then I'll just count down 3, 2, 1 at the end, and then clear. Okay, so did you feel welcome as an Indigenous student did you feel welcome as an Indigenous student at Royal Roads? If so, how?
Royal Roads made me feel welcome right from the first day that I stepped foot on campus. I did realize prior to that the website, as I usually go to first when I'm looking for new information, I did notice the message there that they do respect the fact that it is on traditional lands of the West Coast Salish people, and that there is some Indigenous programming that is offered to students, and there is also a support system in place for Indigenous students. Many students that do come to post-secondary are, you know, not from the community that the university is sitting on, and they do have to travel, and they are away from their families, and so this is a huge change for them. So to know that there is support there or here at Royal Roads for students, it's very important, so they can still feel culturally connected.
Right. And so does Royal Roads live up to its billing with the logo as the crumbling castle, i.e. deconstructing colonialism, and if so, how?
When I first saw the logo of the crumbling castle, it meant a few different things to me, and at first I was thinking about it historically, and then connecting it to how the times are changing. Once it stood as, you know, a representation of a time where colonial rule was in place, and that there was no room for other Indigenous things like Indigenous knowledge to take place. And now decolonization and deconstruction of education is becoming quite popular in Canada in post-secondary and also primary schools. That's all part of the relationship building, and there is a strong connection starting to grow from the TRC 94 calls to action. So that's a very, very positive thing to see.
And so, what do you, what have you been learning at Royal Roads, and how has it shaped your thinking and maybe your healing, or influenced your healing process?
Royal Roads has been a very good learning journey that is enabling my inner healing journey as well. I love to learn. There's so many interesting things that I've always wanted to continue my education path in, and culture and communications is very, very a good mix in the program at MAPC, and I was really, really happy to see that they did have that mix to go with the master's program, and then to see that the research methodology and other classes did talk about Indigenous knowledge being incorporated into academics is very, very inspiring.
That's it. Okay.
Was that okay?
Yeah. That's
A big step that Royal Roads University has taken in making Indigenous students feel welcome, but also inviting Indigenous students to our university, is to create a welcome center, which is a point of contact, I think, for students, Indigenous and non-Indigenous, who have questions about Indigenous ways of thinking, or who want to join people from their culture, or to feel at home. It's a place where people can go right away to connect with Asma Antoine, for instance, who's our manager of Indigenous education